something else. It doesn't necessarily have to all translate into monetary value.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that is something that that we've certainly need to think a little bit around. Is there a way to make the call more efficient or effective, while even if it's in 30 minutes, but how can we, or if it's a little bit longer than 30 minutes, but how do we make it more efficient or effective? And that's an offering.
And then even if you go that the route of the 75% or 50%, you want to potentially caution that by saying that it kicks in only when they meet the revenue number of the previous year or something.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
So you could protect your revenue base that way. So business as usual, whatever. It wouldn't be business as usual because you're giving them some discounts, but you're still wanting to meet a dollar revenue number that was the dollar revenue number from the previous year. If they meet that, that's when they get the full benefit of the discount.
And do you have any sense of, of positioning the offering as sort of more periodic as opposed to like embedded in the rate card and the value of that? So say either you have a standard, say, buy 10 calls, get one for 30 minutes, or versus like more periodically running a promotion.
I was more thinking about it as like engagement based, meaning for this engagement I'm going to have a lot of calls, and just above that threshold I'm going to give you a discount, and it's for this one pilot. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not so much you do 10, you get one. Because if you do an engagement where you're not having 10 calls, I'm not giving you that discount.
Sure. Maybe, so I'm thinking as another way to, for pilots, in order to because of customer concentration and sort of, not wanting to have contagion risk, if we start the pilot, say at a high, what would be a high threshold, say you start at a higher and you're not capturing that many, like 30 call project or something like that.
Yeah. And you're doing it for 3 months to gauge. Yeah.
Right. That would minimize risk as opposed to, that could minimize risk on that end.
Yeah. So over the next 3 months, if you're doing engagement above a certain number of calls, we give you this. And then we're going to assess from our expert base whether this is something that they would be okay with. And then we'll test and get back to you about what we can do in the future.
Yeah. No, I think that makes sense. I mean, I think the best course of action, or something we want to really think around, is a pilot with certain guardrails, as we say. Well, and in that pilot also contemplating how do we streamline the product itself to minimize costs for that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if I think through anything, I will read what you guys sent me, and if I think through anything, I guess I can just email you. That's fine?
Yeah, that would be great. I think that what we sent, maybe helpful. It's more somewhat on the conceptual